Hey, my name is Jobby, and it's time to get serious. That's a quote from Megaman X4, and Megaman says it when he's at low health. I'm saying it because I'm also at low health.
God, I'm so fucking fat.
Megaman is a video game franchise by Capcom, and Megaman X is the edgy reimagining of Megaman. You can tell he's hardcore because his name is but this figure, the Truforce Collectibles designer series Megaman X, is the edgy reimagining of Megaman. And a beautiful thing about this figure is that it was kickstarted. And here I thought Kickstarter was only good for stale memes and roast material. And let me make this clear. I haven't played all of the Megaman games, but I've played enough to consider myself a fan. I played Megaman X, Megaman X4, Megaman X6, and Megaman Legends is one of my favorite games ever. And the story of Megaman X is no one really gives a shit. Let's move on. So if you saw my unboxing video for this guy, you saw that this beautiful box has an opening flap. That's either a sign of quality or overcompensation for a shitty figure. But in this case, the painting and the sculpting on this figure is extremely sexy. My existence is toxic. To my limited knowledge, this is Truforce Collectibles' first ever figure, and holy goddamn, what a way to debut. The basic shapes of Megaman are all there, from the iconic helmet to the bell-bottom boots. Only now, there's beautiful mechanical detailing. Even the bottom of the feet are very detailed. This has got to be the cleanest paintwork I've seen in a long time, and the design itself is one of the most well-executed concepts I've seen. Because let's face it, a lot of figures look better in the concept art than they do in reality. This figure, however, looks just as good. And let me just stretch for complaints. I'm not too big on the pale skin tone. I get that he's a cold machine, but he's also been in the sun a few times. But his skin tone doesn't get in the way of the beautiful sculpting on the face. I prefer this sexy anime boy look over the more cartoony face with pinchable cheeks. And if you wanted to make him look more intense, this figure's got just the thing. The angry face looks appropriately, well, angry, but I think it could have been even more intense. In addition to his fists, you get a pair of open hands, but there still seems to be something missing. That was a bit of a stretch, but fuck it, I like the song. And you could replace his left arm if you so choose. Just mind the pegs, that seems scarily thin. The X-Buster is a thing of beauty. And it even says X-Buster, just in case you forget what it's called, which I did. And if the figure didn't look cool enough, that's so fucking cool. And even better than that, the LR44 batteries that are required are included with the figure. Takara Tomy, get your shit together. Installing the batteries can be a bit of a pain, but just follow the instructions and you should be okay. But make sure to pay close attention. You don't want to irreversibly damage the figure, do you? No pressure. And you can shut off the buster by turning the tip counterclockwise. But why would you want to? But what good is the X-Buster if it doesn't shoot something? Perhaps a yellow citrus of some kind. But to be fair, this looks nothing like lemons, but it does look cool. And yes, you can turn on the light while this thing is attached. It's a pretty strong LED. And if you hold the square button, PS1 Master Race, X can fire a charge shot. Beautiful transparent part that looks like an artichoke, and the light's pretty weak for this part. But if these two blast parts weren't enough for you, you greedy boy, you can combine them for a supercharged shot. Play the music, why not? And sure, looks awesome, but the figure has a bit of trouble holding it up. That's where this included stand comes in. This looks great, but so far, pretty standard Mega Man stuff. But some of the panel lines on this Mega Man are there for a reason. Mega Man with thrusters is a clever justification for how he can jump and shoot. I just wish they found a way to make the back thrusters actually open instead of having to switch out pieces. They did it perfectly with the legs, so I'm a little disappointed. And on the subject of the legs, I'm sure that these thrusters that look like metal are not actual metal, but the rest of the leg is actual metal. Using my cold touch technique, I've determined that the legs and the chest are all made of die-cast metal. He's got a nice heft to him. Now there may be more die-cast parts that I'm missing, but the cold touch technique is not perfect. The weight of the die-cast legs makes a jumping pose not impossible, but a little bit tough to achieve. Up in the air, thrusters deployed, and a mega charge shot. This looks extremely
spicy.
And a note about the stand. The top layer of the base is removable, and that allows you to put some kind of backdrop in there. And I'm sure there's a variety of them sold separately, but I'll have to make do with what I have. So this guy has a decent amount of accessories, but I wish there was more so I can pad out the length of this video. Now I've been quivering with anticipation this whole time, because this figure is very... There's a tight ball joint at the head, and you could pivot the head however you like. Hinge joint at the base of the neck, and that allows him to look up that far and down that far. Forward movement at the shoulder, up and down. Rotation at the arm, shoulder pad moves up, arm moves out. Double jointed elbow, ball joint at the wrist. The arm design makes the wrist hard to swivel, but I'll try my best. Ball joint at the chest. Careful with that swivel, you don't want to chip the paint. Ball joint at the waist. Same thing about that swivel. And these joints allow a great crunch and an arcing back. Great side to side too. Ball joint at the hips that allows for rotation. The leg can move back that far. Beautiful spread. What am I fighting for? Double joint to knee, and that reveals some beautiful inner frame. And the feet are on the complicated system of ball joint here, hinge joint, and a ball joint here. That allows for a fantastic pivot. There's a lot you can do with this guy's poseability, but my tiny brain could only come up with a few shooting poses. I'm sure you could do better. Not only does he pose fantastically, he also sizes fantastically. I'm getting worse at these segues by the minute. Here's Figma Madoc Academy, SH Monster Arts Godzilla, Masterpiece Optimus Prime, and a fellow Sentinel produced figure, the Metamorphose Dino Getter 2. Anybody remember this review? Leave a like and a comment if you do. Overall, this figure is amazing. This guy has got to be the best Mega Man figure ever. But the only other Mega Man figure that I played with was the DR to Megaman X, so don't take my word for it. But you should definitely get this figure if you're a Mega Man fan, and if you can afford it. I'll admit the figure's a bit pricey, but unlike some other figures that I've loved, I feel that $80 or below is the perfect price for the amount of quality you're getting. And if you wanted even more quality, why not the loot? They didn't give me this figure. I bought it with my hard-earned cash. And if you haven't checked out my unboxing videos, I highly recommend you do. It gives you a more full view of the figure if you care about that thing, and it's perfect for those of you who want me to shut the fuck up for a minute. But before I leave you to your X videos, get it? I gotta ask you an important question.
You like jazz?
Just in case you didn't get it, I'm showing you this figure because I'm going to review it next. So you don't have to ask me to review it. You gotta be fucking kidding me.